Game 1 of the playoffs. It's finally here, guys. Let's fucking go.
Oh, and here we go with the first man sign-off. Kind of expected.
No, instantly. We're talking about, do they leave it up? Do they play with it for game 1? They're like, get rid of it.
They said, not today. Shin hover. I assume they're going to watch the Shin in here. We're one step closer to misfortune.
So I'm kind of expecting.
So a lot of comfort attack immediately, right?
Yeah, the one tricks. I think it'll be the one tricks in game 1, to be honest, because Targon is going to say, okay, Bandle City, what do you have prepared? These are the 3 that you knew were going to get banned. What do you have prepared? But Bandle City kind of sticking with tradition as well. We see Shen and Ezreal banned against Targon in almost every game. So we might just get a standard straight up draft here in game 1. And then the iteration will really come in afterwards, which is exciting.
So yeah, sticking to comfort. Okay, they're looking at... I was thinking they'd either go to
the twist. This is the twist here if the rel is locked in, because the misfortune is what we would expect.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think we saw that coming as the ban. You know, Dan has looked great on rel in his rel game. I think he played 1 game and won that game. So, and then Volibear here. So another one against Chappells.
Like, do Targon take?
Yeah, I mean, Lux and Misfortune are up, so I think the.
Oh, okay, the Shyvana locked in. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
I mean, Shyvana so early in the draft indicates that they're not going to be prioritizing ganking their lanes very often. And so I think that they could pick something that's very gank heavy, and they could go all early game here. They could go Misfortune Leona. They could play, you know, they could play the Xin Zhao, but they could play Vi jungle, right? Lux hovered here. Yeah, I think Bandle City going all in on the mid to early game is not a bad play here. When they're known to get gold leads, they just have to find a way to actually close it out when they get it. So Misfortune and Lux selected here, and Miso getting his one trick here in game 1. Again, we talked about it in the pre-show. He's a 3rd-year veteran of the league. It's time to show up, and he's gotten his one trick here in game 1.
All right, what do you think about this Lux? Do you think it's definitely going mid to Cerelius? Do you think there's a chance that we see it support with the Misfortune? I don't think it's, you know, I don't think it's ideal with Misfortune, but I definitely don't think it's worst case scenario.
I think that 50-50. Like, I do think that Cerelius has preferred these artillery mages, and he is confident on the Lux. He knows he can play the Lux into anything that Minty's going to bring out. Now, I do expect the Ahri to kind of to be the answer here, but Lulu is selected here, so they're actually going to hold the carry pick here. That's pretty interesting when you already see Misfortune.
Yeah, the Cho'Gath too, so I wonder if they're just going to go ahead and slam a top lane pick here and just go into the second half of the draft, or if they're going to maybe show their support now. I feel like it doesn't make sense. Yeah, the set. Okay, locked in the set.
And I think that's a good answer into the Cho'Gath. I do think that Chaffles has looked pretty good on the Cho'Gath this year, though, and with slight Cho'Gath buffs that came in this patch, I think the numbers could surprise Matt. Matt's set has feast or famine. He's looked really good on it in some games, and he's really struggled on it in others. So Chaffles is going to try to find ways to punish if they can. Bandle City banning out Zeri here, so that is the 2nd most popular pick that Crispy has selected. And Zeri Lulu, definitely something that somewhat comfortable with. So these hyper scaling, maybe a Jinx would be another good ban, even though we haven't seen Crispy pick it. You got to assume he's able to play it.
Yeah, and it pairs well with the Lulu. I'd also be interested to see if they get rid of a mid pick here from Minty. Just to make Cerelius' life a little easier, make Minty a little more uncomfortable into the Lux.
Do you know about the Ahri Lux matchup? How does that go?
You dodge skill shots, right? Then the Ahri's gonna be just fine.
Yeah, so I feel like Ahri...
Lux makes it hard, right? She's got big hitboxes. So they go with the Ash ban, so double 80 carry ban, which makes it 3 total. Okay.
I feel like the Ari ban maybe would have been worth it there because that
I
is what
agree.
Minty has shown his proficiency. But Zin still being banned, even after the nerf here, after all we've talked about in the pre-show, they still go with a ban. I mean, it is hands down what Gemsy has shown he's most proficient on, most comfortable with. And so banned out here with their final ban.
Especially if maybe he's continued to play it in solo queue. The Zillion hover. Oh, the Zillion locked in.
Zillion's really interesting. You know what I think will round this out actually is an Amumu jungle. I'm just not sure if they'll be confident enough to pull it off. But I think the Amumu Misfortune Lux would be absolutely insane team fight. It's just that Gemsy's one Amumu game did not look good. Meanwhile, on the side of Targon, Jinx hovered. This would be Crispy's, I believe, 10th unique pick in 12 games. And it is locked in here. And Jinx Lulu, this is something that Freljord played with. They've got the front line of Shyvana Cho'Gath. I love this for them. They do, I kind of do want to see one more piece of damage come in. I think the Ahri makes a lot of sense. There's also the Seraphine over the top that could go double healing. Yeah, I'm not
because
sure.
you're gonna have damage from the Shyvana, but the Ahri makes the most sense. I'm not surprised they locked it in. And I think you're right. I think the Amumu it should be the last pick here. I think it works really well with the comp.
It's just the confidence. It's just whether or not he has the confidence to actually pull it out here. Gemsy has not been a tank jungler player, but he will go for one here. This is a little bit more single target. This synergizes better with the Lux than it does with the Misfortune, and so Sejuani is locked in. It synergizes well with the top lane set as well, and we've got our team comps here for game 1 of the playoffs.
This is the first Sejuani
into game 1. We've got a good luck, have fun in the chat. I can't believe it. It's the playoffs. It started. Ping's going down, and it looks like there's an early level 1 that is gonna happen here.
And away we go.
Everything good on your end, Joe?
Yeah, I'm locked in right now.
Perfect. A little bit of posturing here. Get these names spaced.
That's a win trade for Bandle City right there. That's a win trade right there. Easy peasy.
That looks a little bit better.
You know what we have to do?
Okay, perfect. Alright, content with this. Alright. Looking good. Okay, Dan, some early poke.
Also gives their bot lane a little help, right? The Shyvana's gonna start top side. And so that lets hopefully Miso and Dan know, like, okay, she's moving down toward us.
Oregano and Crispy with the little bush cheese here. Something that you do have to kind of keep an eye out for. We'll see if they're able to actually do anything and take advantage of this. A quick little auto onto Dan, but he is going to land a bomb on the trade back, so not too bad, roughly even. And things are
quite a bit of damage from where he had already taken that Shyvana damage, but he's got some pots. He'll be fine.
Alright, so early laning phase going pretty much as you might imagine. Set does have the early push in top lane. He's going to hit level 2 and look for an engage here. Nice facebreaker there. Nice trade, honestly, and that is going to give Matt a ton of pressure topside. And with Aztec pathing from top to bot, he's definitely exposed already. Alright, so just farming out here. Things are stabilizing. Both junglers onto their third camp. Chaffle's kind of collecting his wave here. Matt was able to push in a lot of this wave, but missed a lot of the actual farm that came along with it. So only 5 out of 12 farm. Oh wow, look at this. Crispy and Oregano with the picks Nice little trade damage here. So junglers crossing across mid onto their other sides. Aztec much quicker clearing already. He's essentially an entire camp ahead already, which means that he will get a unique timing here. Nice rupture topside with a face breaker from Matt lands into the the haymaker, I believe.
Really good damage there from Matt down on the Chaffles. But not without some return damage, so it's they're looking to kill it for both of them.
For sure, and with Gemsy topside, I mean, Matt wants to try and actually push this advantage. So a couple autos coming in, face breaker going out as well, and that is flash forced out early on. Chaffle's already in trouble. Now, I do think this Cho'Gath just needs to kind of survive this lane phase, but with Gemsy hovering topside, there's blood in the water here, and he is going to be looking to try and capitalize for the Buckaroos.
This is what Matt does, right? This is the kind of Matt play style. Like, for the first 15 minutes, I'm gonna bring down the hammer. I'm gonna put some paint on you. It's let's see how big of a lead he can maybe build. But Chaffles is, he's getting the farm. He's not behind. He's still even, just losing the health trade.
I will say Matt's done a really good job of having the pressure and getting the flash out. Gemsy with the Arctic Assault in, forces the flash out from Minty as the binding comes across. Does not land though, and that is going to be some nice return damage onto Gemsy, so he doesn't just do it for free. What I was saying about topside is that he's created a lot of pressure, and he's gotten the flash out, but he isn't actually making a lead with it. He's actually down in farm at this point, so he needs to try and actually convert this lead of pressure and summoner spell that he's made. He's going to dive right in, rupture, lands from Chaffles. More damage coming out, but still unable to do much more.
Yeah, 2 flashes early, lost for the side of Targon. So it's really up. Jimsy's got to make something happen here, right? He burned the flash. I would like to see him go back mid. He's about to hit 6, so if not mid, definitely go top. Let's see if we can kill this Cho'Gath.
And I think that things are pretty stable. Crispy and Oregano with a nice lead over Miso and Dan here in the bot lane. Looks like they want to set up a light freeze here, but things are relatively stable across all the other lanes. Dan is very low on mana here, so won't actually be able to trade back and teleport in from Cerelius back to lane here. Gonna get the reset going. Minty is there, lands the instant charm. He is level 6. He does have the level advantage, but there's no mana to actually.
Oh, the bind against the minions.
Yeah, doubled up there.
Yeah, I don't think he had mana to cast ult, did he?
Both junglers are bot. Minty is on a reset. He does have teleport, but if Gemsy and Cerelius pick this fight, it looks like they are just gonna back off. So Gemsy will go back to farming. Teleport comes in from Minty to mid. But Aztec doesn't take the dragon. I think Aztec actually had an angle to take the neutral objective here.
I agree. Looking back at the farm lead, Matt's, he's gained about a 10 farm lead now.
Yeah, nice freeze. Honestly,
this is time to catch that wave too.
Kind of classic wave management here is where he's created this massive pressure gap topside, and now look at Chaffles is full health, and he's being walked off of this. Just the complete pressure advantage, no flash topside. Haymaker comes through. Chaffles with a decent little trade, able to somewhat land back. The binding is going to land. The ulti comes across, and Minty is chucked down to about 30%, but now there's no ult for any fight that comes out. And so we might see Minty with a Spirit Rush able to actually make a big play here over the next about 40 seconds. But already a quarter of that cooldown is back. Cerelius.
That Lux cooldown is insane. Also, just the damage straight up with just having a lost chapter is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt walked right into the.
Yeah, Chaffles he's hanging in here. He's really been able to kind of stabilize, and he, despite having his flash burned, it's almost back off cooldown now. Dan trying to impact in the mid lane, not enjoying how things in the bot lane are going, so forcing some pressure onto Minty, buying some more time for his mid laner, but Oregano is here. They might be able to find something. Not exactly the engage comp that you would really be looking
Honestly,
to make plays.
I'm going to give Dan some props there. Really nice job helping Cerelius clear the wave. Just got him a plate, Minty went off.
Oh, that's ulti comes out, and It's a solo polo as he collects first blood for the Buckaroos, and he fist bumps his other Buckaroos there. That's a big one for Cerelius. A big time play by a big time player as the playoffs begin to heat up.
And that's why the Lux is important. We talked about it right there. The damage is just insane.
I mean, the cooldown was so quick. Look, it's almost back already.
Yeah, I didn't see. Well, it's instant. You know, when you get a kill or an assist, the cooldown's shorter. But yeah, I mean, again, he used it not too long before that without getting an assist, and it was just. I don't know what happened. I didn't think Minty got rooted. So
he didn't. He had Spirit Rush, but no Flash. But I feel like all he had to do was Spirit Rush. He's a little bit greedy there. Now Aztec flashes in. Smite secured by Gemsy, but it's a 4 versus 2. They need to get out. And a really nice flash over the wall, but the Charm land onto Dan. Dan only level 5. Will not have the ultimate here. Minty diving in. Has a couple more uses, and that is a nice collect there onto Dan. Gemsy just dodging out, but the rocket comes across, another ultimate coming through, the knockup on the Arctic Assault as Minty is hit again, one more channel of Spirit Rush, the bullet time over the wall will collect, it's 2 for 1 as Aztec is bounced over, Cerelius now finding a Reganon, landing the light binding, the slow is here though, and Aztec, I think that Targon wins this, Cerelius will back under tower, and they will concede, it's 2-2 in kills, about a 200 gold lead for the Buckaroos as Targon finds 2, they both go on to Minty, so nice finds here as Minty's able to come back.
Really nice respawn from Minty, right? Like he dies, you know, he gets solo boloed and he comes back and makes a big play on Dan. I'm still gonna, you know, that's a nice two kills, but you know, Miso picking up that kill onto Minty is not bad at all. Jimsy did secure the dragon.
Cerelius no flash here. Here's the Aztec ulti, and it will come out from the Shyvana. Massive, one more auto will be enough. He should have the E up. He doesn't actually use it. The ultimate across, landing on both of them. A little bit of wave clear, but Aztec just cannot find the kill. Will find turret plates as the consolation prize instead. I thought Cerelius was dead for sure there.
Yeah, the damage kind of crazy. They did share that turret plate, or they get 2 turret plates. It looks like.
Yep.
2 turret plates. Honestly, you know, not bad. They pushed Cerelius off. He doesn't have, you know, he didn't have teleport up, so he's gonna have to walk back. Gold is about dead even here. We got us a good start to this game. It's been exciting.
Yeah, I will say, remember, Targon has the Cho'Gath, as Cho'Gath is going in, and it's the ultimate coming out. Matt is looking for the showstopper. He just misses as Chaffles' flash is back up off cooldown, and he will escape. So Matt looking for the big highlight reel play, just razor thin. What I was saying there, though, is that in an even game, Targon has the scaling comp. They're happy to let this game go long here. Nice sidestep here from a Reganon. Will get away from that binding. Let's check out the gold lead. 11.5 minutes in. 300 top lane is all that Matt has been able to accumulate, but about 600 in the mid lane. Bot lane, Crispy's got a slight lead, all on CS. And support is pretty even as well. So we're looking at a 500 to 400 gold lead here for the Buckaroos at this point in the game. And yeah, about to hit 12 minutes in.
Yeah, and that's what, so that's what that kill for Miso is even better, right? Because he's down in farm, you know, it's like Crispy would have had a bigger lead, but Miso picking up that kill just really helps nullify some of that CS lead. That play top Matt. Oh, that was crazy.
Chaffles might be in trouble here as Matt is trying to look in, but both junglers are here. Gemsy with the Arctic Assault down onto Aztec, but Matt is not coming to this fight. The passive stun might come up as the Glacial Prison misses Chaffles. The stun goes through onto Aztec, but it looks like you can tell they don't want to actually take this fight. Gemsy now.
I think they do. They potentially Cerelius is walking up.
Yeah, Cerelius will be here. They need to get one more auto here, and the Lightbind comes across, and that is Feats of Warfare going over to the Buckaroos. They couldn't. They were so indecisive, and neither Aztec and Chaffles nor Gemsy and Matt were really playing together there, and so what ended up happening was Cerelius was the first to roam. They collect the kill.
Yeah, really nice roam from them. Dan also came up to help. You know, I don't provide a little bit of extended backup just in case. But I think that Matt and Jimsy, even though Jimsy missed that ultimate, really just kind of waiting. Clear communication there because you saw Cerealia start walking up and the focus down on to kill Aztec. Really nice job from the Buckaroos.
Yeah, I do just, dude. Both of these top laners are very dialed in. Chaffles is playing a great game, and Matt is just trying to push as hard as he can into this matchup, knowing that this is his window before this Cho'Gath gets too many feast stacks on him. How many are we up to? We're already up to 3 feast stacks, so I do expect it to eventually go the way of Cho'Gath here, but he's trying to push any advantage he can while he has one.
Matt does have a ward here, so he should see the Shyvana. Oh, but he's in a bad spot, it looks like.
He's pretty far in, though, but he might be able to find the kill, and he picks up the solo bolo, and Aztec won't even try it. He's got 3 levels up, so a massive play here, and Chaffles right... That's a caster curse if I've ever seen one as soon as I start talking good about him.
Aztec's got to be careful. Oh, he's got to be careful. That is one mean set right now. You do not want to play that. And Jimsy's going on the Dragon down here. I think it's a great play. Shyvana's top.
Bandle City pulling out the objective here, so there shouldn't be a way in. Crispy does have Rocket, could look for a little ulti steal. We'll see if that's the call. There are a lot of pinks here as Aztec is coming down bot, but they've got a really nice ward, and so Targon is not going to be able to actually show up to the fight in time. And this is second Dragon going over, and first turret, which is going to mean, I believe that should be feats of strength. And it is, yes, that is feats of strength going over to the Bandle City Buckaroos. So they've got the first of 3 kills, and they got the first tower. That's a pretty big, pretty big play there.
For the most part, the Buckaroos are getting what they want really this game. The fights are going their way. They're finding the picks, the solo bolos. They got to keep the pressure up. I really like that they already have 2 dragons. If they really want to transition this game into being able to close it out, not giving Shyvana the option to get these neutral objectives. But that Jinx, is just having a field day down there, right? She's farming up. She's gonna be scary in these in team fights.
Pings in onto Chaffles, the stun comes through. Matt with a teleport in, but Oreganon and Crispy are here. Matt might be a bit too far as the traps will go down. Matt kind of face tanks it though. Crispy with a big shield. Nice job from Oreganon to keep his carry shielded as another tank will come over. This is a 4 versus 5. Miso is getting free push bot lane, so the longer that Bandle City is able to actually make this fight go on, the more that they will win it. Matt is separated from his team though as Chaffles is walking in, creating a wall for his carry. They ult in. It's on all of them. Oreganon hit with a Glacial Prism. He goes down. That's 2 down for Targon. Chaffles is up. Matt with a Chrono Shift. Gemsy is on the back though, diving, and it's a dash out. It's Spirit, Spirit Rush out. A nice charm. Will he get hit? Can they find anything else? No, but I mean, it was 2 kills. They got the Chrono Shift. Really nice use of the Chrono Shift here from Dan and Matt teaming up together. Huge 2 kills, and they get the bot tower.
Really nice 4v5 fight. This should also transition into, I would hope, Rift Herald. Maybe they're a little too low to take it. But Jimsy's taking some camps on his way out. Yeah. Oh man, what a fight there.
I think that fight would have been fine if Set goes down, but the fact that they have the Chrono Shift and they used it so effectively there in that team fight, plus Miso able to get levels there, so he's the same level as the mid laners in this game at this point. Now, Dan with the really effective roams able to split that XP plus the Zillion passive, able to transfer XP to his carry. So definitely using this champion effectively, and Zillion is coming in hot here for Bandle City, looking really good at this point in the game.
I didn't even think about that with the Zillion. That's a really nice way that if Miso's going to struggle to keep up in farm and maybe some experience, solve that problem with the Zillion, right? Just help him get that little bit of extra he might be missing. And he's on par right now gold wise. He's got both completed boots. He's up an item or like partial item right now. Maybe Crispy hasn't backed, but all that turret gold. Really nice for Miso to pick up.
Okay, we can see, I'm toggling the vision really quick. We can see the difference in vision here as they do begin in on Herald, and I don't see how Targon are going to have an opportunity to contest. So just a quick ward down. but that is going to be Herald picked up for the Bandle City Buckaroos. And this is now a 3.5k gold lead. 2 dragons. I really think dragon stacking is the way that Bandle City wants to try and win this game. If they can get the dragons, they'll stop Shyvana from getting them, but they'll also stop any Cho'Gath feasts. So plus on top of that, when you're an early to mid game team, you want these early fights, and dragon can allow you to just continue to keep fighting on a consistent cooldown timer, and that's really what they want to be doing right now. So let me check N. We've got 55 seconds here until the next objective. I'll just keep those timers up for the rest of the game. Yeah, we do have some itemizations coming in. Lux is on a reset, so this should be a second full item. And we do see 2 Borks. That is going to be a Rabadon's Death Cap completed for Cerelius at 18.5 minutes.
Yeah, that you get caught in a binding, you're getting deleted if Lulu's not next to you.
And we see the Ahri has just gone Malignance and Sork Boots. So definitely better itemization here. Look at that. One ulti is about 45% health. Yeah, it's pretty powerful ultimate there. So Dragon in 12.
Difference here in mid lane?
Yeah, really quickly we can take a look. It's about 1,900 gold for the side of Cerelius. So almost half of the entire team gold is just in mid lane. So, all right, Dan is positioning here, but Chaffles wants to walk in and finds a nice rupture. The silence will go down. Can they burn? The chrono shift has to be used in, and there's the bullet time, but able to be dodged out by Aztec. Matt is on the side, finds Chaffles. Oreganon, massive damage. Crispy on the side, flashes out. Chaffles already down. Crispy and Oreganon tuck their tails and run, and it's already a 1 team fight for the Buckaroos.
And I want to say, Jimsy, what a hit! Oh my god, that's just a nasty combo with the Sejuani and the set.
Yeah, and Bandle City, Cerelius was trying to find something there. They will just take the team fight and take the win here. And things at the start of that fight looked so good. Chaffle's able to get a huge rupture, burn the ultimates out. Miso with a pretty poor bullet time, to be honest. But the way that they, Targon just assumed that they could win the fight after that, and Bandle City still had so many more things that they could use. Matt with a perfectly placed, I believe it's a showstopper, in order to actually bring Chaffles in onto his carries, forcing both summoners out of Crispy. About 60% of Oreganon's health bar there. So, yeah, tons of damage that came over the top. And they only get 1 kill, but they only needed 1. They were so low they couldn't contest afterwards. And Targon's on the back foot here, despite being the better team in the regular season, despite 2-0 in the regular season into this team. They're definitely on the back foot here, so they're going to be scrambling to find ways in. Minty has the only kills on the team. I want to see Crispy, Aztec, and Chaffles. These are the big 3 for Targon. They play great in the regular season. We want to see them step up here, as Otacon is probably on the table. In 3 minutes and 50 seconds, we've got Soul up for Bandle City.
Yeah, and that fight just... Cho'Gath's just not tanky enough yet to really frontline like that. He got melted pretty quick, within Matt.
There's only one item, right? It's
exactly, right?
Heart stealing boots.
He's not where he wants to be yet, and I think this game has transitioned to him trying to be the frontline in the team fight a lot faster than Cho'Gath wants to. He wants to keep eating minions in the side lane, like maybe getting a stack or 2.
Dan's pretty far in here. Charm is going to land, and that's a silence out. He doesn't have chrono shift, so that will be a kill, and it's a feast stack going over to Chaffles. Oh, he didn't use feast. Massive damage coming out, and they have to ulti away. A charm lands on the mat.
Plays Prism a little late.
And yeah,
Jemsy going in.
Jemsy is really frontlining here, but you can tell that Miso and Cerelius want the call is out here, and so. Yeah, they don't. These 2 carries, they didn't quite have the confidence. The bullet time really signifies the disengage, and so it's a 1-for-1. No, it's not. It's just a pick. Actually, it's not a 1-for-1.
Yeah, just a pick. Dan just a little overextended, trying to get some vision, trying to get some poke down.
Oh my gosh, that binding almost finding Minty. Cerelius with a sneaky little toss over the wall there. That raptor pit, very dangerous.
And I don't, Dan did get caught, but I don't mind it, right? Nothing's up right now. You're not losing anything, really.
If they had gone straight to Otacon and taken it with...
Correct. They could have gotten Otacon.
But they really, Gemsy did a great job to prioritize the damage onto Aztec, and the final spark over the top onto Aztec meant Shyvana was so low they couldn't really contest it. So Ping's now going down onto the Otacon. We don't have teleport on Matt, and so Matt is bot side, and we see 4 from Targon heading down here, and this could be Matt's demise, but he will space this out, and finally, has he learned the end of the goo death? Is it possible? He just walks out. Arrogant's like, I think he's learned how to play top lane.
Yeah, I would say post 15 minutes, Matt had so far.
That really clean.
I'm not gonna don't want to jinx him, but he's been where he needs to be, making the plays necessary to help his team.
Oh, Minty in with a Spirit Rush, finds the charm straight onto Cerelius, and is gonna find a shutdown solo Bolo in the side lane, and that is huge for Targon. Minty, not the name that you would expect, but he's 3 kills here, and you know when everybody else on your team is having a B game, sometimes it just takes one player
up here from
to have an A game. All right, Matt is in, finds the ulti in onto Chaffles, but he brings him in towards his team, silenced, and he is going to be shut down here as Aztec finds the kill. Chaffles with a nice flash out. Wild Growth is down already. Dan and Miso are trying to find the place. Miso with a flash forward, and the bullet time is going to come out. It's a double kill as Miso finds 2. Essentially, Crispy is in.
Miso's taking so much.
The rocket comes across, but yeah, the Otacon is gonna get a quadra kill,
bro. Honestly, I
massive confidence.
A little bit of an it, but it worked out. Miso had to get the 2 kills.
Massive,
1 kill. I think 1 kill went over to
confidence play from Bandle City, because Cerelius has really been a lot of their kills. So for Miso to flash forward and find 2 in the middle of that team fight, that is absolutely huge. Crispy leaving that fight with all of his summoners still up. You think that a couple more rockets into 1 or 2 of those players maybe could have been at least 1, if not a double or a triple kill there for the Jinx, but Jinx still yet to come online, and Miso now with 2 kills, gladly online at 2.5 items.
Making sure that he's saving these summoner spells for this dragon. This dragon is super important. He's got to have those up, because if he does not, I think, one catch and he's just gone.
Okay, this is Soul. This is Soul. So
right here.
Really, really big fight here, and we do see that Bandle City is early to it. Minty is not here. He's way down in the bot lane. I'm just going to zoom way out here.
No ults on Misfortune or Zillion, but they're coming up
Chaffles is trying to find a way in, but can't. Oh, a nice bind. And look at all this damage. Aztec already the Glacial Prism in, and Aztec has to flash up with the charm down onto 2. Matt with the damage finds through, and that's a Reganon also down. Now Chaffles is through. They're being routed, though. It's quickly going to the side of Bandle City as Crispy needs to turn this around. He's doing what he can, but it's a double kill. And this is the last one alive as he has to Spirit Rush out. It's the ultimate cross, the bullet time, it's an ace! As Bandle City finds it, they find the team fight, and they will find Soul. Huge win for the Bucks. What a team
fight. Holy.
Let's take a minute to rewind. I'm going to go back 30 seconds here, 45 seconds, and we're just going to watch this. So that, the ulti came across, Glacial Prism down onto him. We saw Matt committed the ult, and that was Aztec down. Reganon tried to flash out, but Minty and Crispy, look at them on the side. They're just not scaled up yet. They can't deal the damage. Gemsy is taking so many autos in this team fight, and it's simply not enough. And it's just Gemsy left alive at the end of the day. A really nice chrono shift to save one. Yeah,
and that came
just
up,
well played.
Perfect timing too.
I'm zooming back to live now.
Oh, Aztec's just he survived a lot longer than I thought, because when he got hit with that Lux ult and the Glacial Prism, I thought he was for sure just instantly dead. He happened to get out for another couple seconds, but Matt found him.
Yeah, so big play there from the Buckaroos that secures them their soul. This game is not over yet. We've seen them with leads this size, so they need to continue here. And Gemsy is not with his team. The rest of his team is topside, and he's just taken blue buff. So this is pretty big for Zillion and Lux. I don't think that they'll hate to have a blue buff, but yeah, this definitely not with his team.
I think if you're Bandle City, you gotta keep pushing these fights, right? You got to try to force them to, try to push Baron, force them to come to you. But Targon's gonna they want to slow the game down, alright? Jinx just got that tower bot. You want to get some more items on him.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time though, Otacon, this new Spirit, Spirit Blossom Otacon, so powerful. I really don't. Holy cow! And that was into a Cho'Gath. That was Lux damage into a Cho'Gath. This Gemsy is looking for the play onto Minty. Might just unleash the Glacial Prism, and it does hit, but it will not actually fully stun. Trying to actually land, and that's full Spirit Rush down. Minty will die for his sins here. Another kill going over to Miso. Miso 4-0 on the Misfortune. What's the saying? I think it's Fear the Fortune?
Right now, I just think it's Fear the Buckaroos. I think they're just really firing on all cylinders this game. But again, like you said, a lot of game left. They got pings on Baron. I think this is smart, right? You got Minty down for 25 seconds. And I think you're significantly stronger right now, right? Like these team fights, even the ones where you get picked and it looks like it might not go your way, they're still winning. I think you gotta try to just push this before this Jinx comes
I really
online.
want to see the Buckaroos take the team fight because they know that they can win it. So do not let the 50-50 happen. There's no reason to have a 50-50 team fight here.
Correct. And you've got everything up right now except for the Glacial Prism, but you probably got another, like, what, 10, 15 seconds on that? Can't be that much longer.
So Minty is up, will be here for this fight. And Sorelius is here on the flank, just misses the binding, forced the flash out. Nice rupture placement from Chaffles, trying to do what he can, but at this point, a level 13 Cho'Gath compared to a level 16 Lux. This is just not ideal for the Cho'Gath. They need about 10, 15 more minutes. Now, if Targon is able to buy that time, if they can possibly find a way, then I can see them, starting to win team fights, starting to turn things around, but they need to find a way to get 10 more minutes, and Bandle City has to use this window to force it and close, and I don't like that they've shied away from this play. I don't like that they backed away from the Baron.
I'm with you on this. Keep near the Baron. Force them to keep grouping. They send Minty bot lane. You start taking the Baron, right? Force him to teleport. Force him to come to you. And if he doesn't, you just take the Baron then, right?
Yeah, and that's going to be Glacial Prison out, and that will be Wild Growth as so 2 ultimates used here. That's a big ultimates from both sides. So that is most of the pick potential gone. Chaffles is in here on a ward. The Arctic Assault over the wall. Gemsy will not actually be able to find the stun here. And we are beginning a bit of a dance, and it looks like they might just commit onto it, and Bandle City has started the objective.
This is what I want.
They caught Crispy on a recall. He's not going to be here for this fight. Watch Chaffles as he begins to walk in. He's going to be looking for an angle in, but Aztec has the most to do here. They stun onto Chaffles over the wall, and Aztec might just walk out of this, and the call is out. And that is Chaffles gone in Bandle City. Might be able to find something. Crispy with the ultimate still has an angle.
This is a Cho'Gath with, no MR right now, right? I mean, he has 1 Null Magic Mantle, that's it. So this Lux is just ripping him a new one.
Yeah, huge. I mean, just like so quickly that really the only way for this team comp to walk in is with the Cho'Gath, but Cho'Gath hasn't had the no levels, no items, so difficult to actually walk in, and pings now with Baron, instead of using the Baron in a side lane split push power play, they're just gonna go straight to the Elder Dragon, spawning in 15 seconds here. So
yeah, I think that's smart, right? Like obviously you want to use the Baron, but like take the Elder Dragon, right, and you win the game. Ideally with Baron, you just.
Joe, let's talk about Lux itemization here while we have 2 seconds to breathe.
What do we got?
It's
okay. He's got the Mech Eyes?
He's got Mech Eyes. He's 6-1-5 with a Mech Eyes. Now, it's a kind of a late Mech Eyes buy.
I agree, but their team's pretty squishy, right? Like, this Shyvana is damage, right?
Dan is looking... Tank. Oh, just misses that stun on that double bomb. Aztec, ulti charged, looking to engage over the wall. Finds a bit of poke damage, but honestly, most of the damage won't stick. And they're trying to find a way in here. Dan lands a one more bomb. Crispy and Oregano really having the front line here. Chaffle's so far away. Just trying to get some mid prio. Targon
would like
solidly on the back foot.
And then have Miso and Jimsy start.
Yeah.
Miso and Jimsy start working on the Elder Dragon. and have the other 3 just kind of push them out, poke them a little bit, and commit to a fight if you have to.
Yeah, I'm so shocked that they're like another reset comes in. Dan and Miso on another reset, so not confident here. And the rest of Targon, they know that they can't run away, but like they can't walk in and solidly take the vision fight either. So a potential reset coming in, but Minty and Oregano are going to stop. The charm lands onto Dan, a ton of damage, and Dan might just be blown up, but the Chrono Ship will save his life. A triple ultimate landing from Cerullius! Huge! It's going to be a double kill for both, and it's a clean ace as Targon is absolutely obliterated. What a Lux ulti! What a find across the backline.
That Luxel was incredible. I think with the Storm Surge, she just straight up killed. It was either Minty or Oregano just straight up just died.
And I mean, this should be the end here, as Bandle City Buckers are trying to push in to end game 1. They're on to the first Nexus Tower, they're on to the second, and they are on to the Nexus.
Bandle City Buckaroos said 3-0 who?
Big upset here in game 1. Now, it's still a best of 5, it's anybody's series, but they're on top here after the first game. Congratulations to the Buckers.